Ever walked past a business and a beautifully crafted sign caught your eye? That's what we create at Eminent Signs Graphics Inc. Whether you're starting fresh or revamping your brand, our expert team designs, fabricates, and installs signs that truly embody your business's spirit. From channel letters to monument signs, we handle it all. Ready to stand out? Visit us today at 1888 Freeman Avenue in Signal Hill, California, and see the magic for yourself.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
A blind knight that uses echolocation, viewing the dark, treacherous world through sound. Trapped in a dungeon keep, endangered by combatants, where hazards lurk around every corner. Make sound to have vision, or don't and be stealthy. Avoid impaling threats throughout the dungeon to escape. Engage with other prisoners.
I've been hearing about. Could you find the key and unlock my cell?
Free them to fight back with more allies.
Let's take this guy.
The Dungeon Labyrinth has many paths and even more traps. Struggle through the darkness to find your freedom.
Presentation.
Some boots are made for stomping, but this boot is made for racing. Welcome to Watkins, Glen in upstate New York. It's week number 8 of the ASRL Sports Car Championship presented by Purple Haze Autosport. It is here at Watkins Glen International. And we've got all the goodies for you here on Turn 200 as always. It's Tommy Cook hanging out with you, back live on a Wednesday night with James Watson. Partner, I know you got some time out on track last week. We got to see it, but happy to have you back up here in the booth here tonight.
Yes, sir, and happy to be back up in the booth as well, and back in the booth for one of the quintessential racetracks, not only in American motorsport, but motorsport in general. You can't have a sports car championship without Watkins, Glen. It's in the bylaws. Come on.
It absolutely should be. As we'll take a look at the point standings after last week. I think a couple of things worth pointing out here. Damian Dania extending his points lead, but this will be the second race in a row without Christopher Hill in the lineup, seemingly anyway, if he doesn't join in the next 10 minutes. You may have more of the inside scoop on that. But Damian Dania, then his next closest competitor would be Josh Egge, who did make up a couple points last week. Pretty decent run with double seconds for Josh Hagee. JJ Wang there down in 5th. Also on the full-time beat, Andre Saba, meanwhile, his lead tightening back to Anthony Wayand. Brian D still hanging well within striking distance there in the 3rd position on the silver side. A pretty interesting week of racing last week at Willow Springs, to say the least. Damian Dania having problems in the first race, overcoming in the second race, and a victory for Anthony Wayand there in that dash as well. And then all bets were off in that feature. That was a wild one.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. It's kind of what you expected from a track like Willow Springs. It's very narrow and very, very, very classic compared to the Glen, which is classic but still modernized. So a lot more room to work with, a lot more passing opportunities, and we're going to have a little bit of draft here to deal with. So we'll see what happens.
We certainly are going to have a lot on our plates here tonight, but of course the gang, Bertie Gunter, Joshua Rutherford, they have always got us hooked up with the track guide. Just a tick under 3.5 miles, 14 turns. It is the Gunter's Guide to Watkins Glen.
Today, at Watkins Glen, I'm going to take you a lap around our Turn 200 Ford Mustang. Besides, you have a hard braking zone to Turn 1, a good passing opportunity, as you use all this runoff on exit, as this flat curve is very forgiving. You then cut off into the S's, flat out and uphill. It'll be very easy to take these high downforce cars through here, but you have to watch out for these curves. This then leads you out onto the back stretch, a longer straightaway at this track, where you can draft off your opponents, potentially look for a pass into the bus stop up ahead. However, it'll be very difficult to get done. You have to get hard in the brakes here, close as wall as possible, using all of these curves to help rotate the car to this section. You then take it through the carousel, balancing the car through this whole corner, trying to get as much speed momentum as you can before entering the boot. You enter this downhill, spiraling turn, and to watch out for it sliding out an exit. This then leads you into the toe up ahead. A hairpin corner that is very uphill, giving you a lot of grip through the center before losing on exit. As you crest the hill, you have another passing opportunity up ahead, going into the heel. You get hard in the brakes once again, going back downhill, and having a bunch of runoff that you can use to your advantage. You then get hard in the brakes once again to this off-camber section as you lead the boot and we enter the cup layout. Then you have a flat-out left-hander if you can get it just right, potentially using this curve and the runoff provided to you if needed. Into the final turn, you get back on the brakes, a slightly slower turn where you have some banking, you get as close to these curves and walls as possible without hitting them. You fly by the pit road, underneath the bridge, back to the front straightaway. Now it's just one lap around here at Watkins Glen.
So we are back to the live coverage. It's the extended version of Watkins Glen. Most people familiar with it in its NASCAR layout, but the boot has been around for a long, long time. It adds a few extra turns and just about a mile of length onto this circuit. Are you pro boot? What's the stance here?
I'm alright with either layout, but given the choice, I'm absolutely going to pick the boot every time because the boot just adds a whole nother level of complexity to the track. Level of complexity needed since the NASCAR layout is very much not one of the more complex layouts you'll come across. Plus, you got the corners themselves are also so unique. You got a lot of downhill, off-camber corners, so not only do you have extra track to play with, it's a unique track that could very well bite you if you're not careful in giving it the credence it deserves. Especially the going down into the boot, and you have that full downhill section, and if you just carry a little too much speed or you lose the rear a little bit, you're stuffing it into the guardrail and then pulling back onto the track of the exit of the boot. Like, because it's so off-camber, it's really easy to spin it if you're a little too hard on the throttle. So we're probably going to see a lot of incidents at that corner in particular just because of how easy it is to get it wrong.
We are here with Damian Daniak, our Gold Division points leader, 3 times a winner this season, including last week's feature at Willow Springs. We got Nancy cheering for Damian in the chat. Hello to Joshua Rutherford. Congrats to him on the podium last week in the feature. And Baden Murray cheering on first-time winner Joshua Matacek, who is currently clocking in the 10th overall position. Damian Dana right now P2. Brody Gunter with a good lap up top. Finally got a podium on the board last week, but still looking for that first win this season. Hard to believe that this will be round number, I think, 15. And Brody Gunter has not snuck in a win yet. Damian Dania across the stripe. Best lap, I believe, is a 1:43.92. So that leaves him just about a 1/10 of a second off. 27 drivers out on the speedway. And really only a couple of them are actually on a hot lap. Alex Howland is one of them. Howland ran pretty well at Willow Springs last week. Combo something together. His opening lap is 1:46.72, so he's 22nd fastest. Oh, and hot into the bus stop and pow! Into the barriers. So he's got about a minute and 40 seconds to turn this car around, or he's going to have to drag the backup out. But with him headed back to the pits, it's still only Damian Daney out on track, just making practice laps here.
Yep, everyone has completed both laps with the exception of Alex Howland, but obviously we saw him essentially complete his second qualifying lap.
It was completed for him.
Yeah, it finished, but it wasn't completed.
Travis Fleming also attempted to post a lap, but it must have incurred an off-track or a contact somewhere because he did not actually register a lap. So he will start shotgun on the field, and Damian Dania will start in the second position. As we've got an interesting week of programming coming up for you in the fact that we only have one broadcast next week, and as it just so happens, I timed it out really well to go on vacation because Matt Williamson's only got one show to do. It'll be the Ghost Squadron Formula Super Series next Monday night at Imola, which is a track I've recently re-fallen in love with, doing some testing for potentially the future of the Daredevil series. I would not be shocked at all to see Imola on a future Daredevil calendar. Man, it's a really, really, really fun track.
I can only imagine how much fun Aqua Minerale would be in the 79.
It was fun for me, and I'm not good at driving it. So I would imagine the good drivers have a lot more fun with it. But we've got 20. Go ahead.
I will say, although I imagine the sausage curve at the exit of Aqua Minerale is probably significantly less fun.
I found that a couple of times too. As we'll get into the starting grid here tonight ahead of the 20-minute dash for the ASRL Sports Car Championship presented by Purple Haze Autosports here at the boot layout of Watkins Glen. Brody Gunter on pole. It is Damian Daney starting to his outside. Dave Seats finally got on the board last week. He will start from the third position inside of Josh Heggie, who finished in second in both races last week. So it will be Heggie starting in the fourth spot with Mike Hamlin, a podium finisher in last week's feature. After he flipped that car over, still managed to bring it home in one piece. I don't know how. He'll start in fifth. Hope to keep all four tires on the road tonight. Anthony Wayand got a silver victory last week. He's looking to close in on Andre Sama for the points lead in the division. He will start in the sixth position. Avery Hart is back. Avery will start in spot number 7. Kevin Burrows back as well. Burrows lines up in 8th. JJ Wang and Jarrell Williams on row number 5. It is your first time defending silver race winner. Joshua Matacek starting in 11th with Johnny Almford, the bagman, to his outside. In 12th, Matt Schlosser, Rob Henry on row number 7. It is Mike Pepper and Andre Saba, the silver points leader, way back there in P16. Brian Deese, third in the division, starting 17th on the grid with Rene Garcia, who's 5th in the division in the points, to his outside. Then it is Nick Batista, sandwiched in between those two. But we'll start behind them. P19 on the grid. Joshua Muir, a winner at the Nürburgring in the silver division, will start in spot number 20. Corey Rutherford, Alex Allen way back there in 22nd on the outside of row 11. Derek Tierams lining up in 23rd with Brian Bonneau to his outside. Kenny Stepp, Travis Fleming, and Mike Pepper, the rest of the starting lineup. Take a look at the weather conditions here as the drivers start to roll. Pretty cloudy. You could kind of see that reflected on the track, or I guess not reflected on the track. It's a pretty dull, bleak-looking image over the speedway right now. Track temperature dropping down to 89 degrees as the drivers are beginning to roll around here.
Yeah, you might as well even just call it Watkins gloom.
Ha! Okay.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Pretty good. I can't deny. Pretty good. Well, Brady Gunter's got to be feeling like this is a good opportunity here. He's won at this track before, both on the ASRL Sports Car Championship and as well with the Venom Truck Series on our most recent Watkins Glen broadcast on the channel. I mean, he knows how to do it. But is there any better place to have the field all behind you than headed up the S's for the first time, but also you have to have them all behind you as you brake for turn number 1 down the hill as well.
Yeah, that's the double-edged sword of the century right there. With that and having the fuels right behind you entering the bus stop as well. Heavy braking zones that are very, very easy to misjudge, and we've seen some plenty of calamity over the years in both the sim and real life in turn 1 and the bus stop on lap 1. So if you're Brody, you're just having to try to get the best start you can and just pray at that point.
The hill, headed to the heel. And we will resume our regular programming on the back straightaway in just a couple of turns.
This is where you wish the short pace lap was an option.
Yeah. Just hit those cones. Just go right through. Oh,
yeah,
Rene Garcia just split out.
Oh, no!
Oh, dear. What has happened to Rene Garcia?
So watch spin. We got a watch spin.
Oh, no. That's not the distinction you want quickly. Let's see.
Boy, do I know that.
Warm the tires. Stepping on the throttle, steps out from under him. It can happen just like that.
Wow. Yeah, that is rough.
Pretty gunter, Damian Dania on the front row, pace car. Gonna hang a right as it is time to go dash racing here at the boot layout of Watkins Glen. We're underway.
Good initial jump from Brody, but wow, Higgy is bump drafting Damien all the way up.
Good momentum around the outside for Damian Dania. He will complete the pass into the S's.
I hope he has a nice muffin basket they picked out for that. That was a heck of a push. And here we go, side by side through the bus stop. Brody thinks better of it.
I don't know what just happened to Josh Hagen. He is just
yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, let me.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that here in just a second as we are headed into the boot for the first time. Dave Seats riding in third.
Oh, car around, Matacek.
Joshua Matacek with a problem. Right at the sock line. He will drop all the way to the tail of this field.
Oh, I think, is he damaged? Because he's struggling to pull away.
Yeah, he will tow back to the pits. So lost something in the drive component of that machine.
Yeah, that was what I talked about at the top of the show, entering the boot. You know, you got that downhill braking zone that's really easy to lose rear and backing into the guardrail. And unfortunately for Joshua, he was able to highlight that a lot more than what he wanted.
Not sure if Damien got the wall there, but he got awfully close out of the final turn. Gunter has a huge run into turn number 1.
Yeah, I don't know if he hit it, but something definitely happened because that was a lot of momentum loss.
Let's take a look at the Heggie and Monachek incidents here in just a moment, but Gunter has got the pace right now on Damian Dania as Dania tries to get back at the speed or figure out how to shake down this car after some potential contact out of the final turn. Avery Hart, Mike Hamlin awfully close together there for spot number 4. Anthony Wayans still hanging on to the silver lead right now, 7th overall. And he's got a few spots back to Brian. He's in 12th, I believe, the next up in the division.
As we see Dave Seats knocking on the door.
He is not too far behind.
See him running the Mercedes now. It really seems like since the update, the Mercedes has kind of jumped up into the meta now.
Yeah, Scott Rister really blew the lid on that one. Swept the night at Interlagos, and ever since the Mercedes has been on an uptick in terms of car usage. Of course, the drivers after Interlagos headed into Willow Springs last week got to redeclare what car they were going to run because of the midseason update. Well, it seems like Damian Dania's got his footing back, so we'll take a look at the incident here for Josh Hagee, which has already happened. Goodness me. I just lost it. That should have been in our camera shot, and I completely missed that.
I didn't even see it either.
No.
Yeah, it just got loose and slightest little overcorrect and bam. And yep, lose the rear into the tire barrier. And yeah, that left rear is toast. That's why he had to tow.
So back to the front. Right with a moment, or for a moment rather, with Anthony Wayans. His second win last week of the season. That's the separation back to Brian Deese. riding in 12th.
Another good run from Mike Hamlin. Hasn't been the season that we would have expected from him in the early portion, but since last week he has been having some tremendous speed.
I think that anybody that was watching last week's broadcast, of course it was on tape delay, but anybody that watched last week's broadcast knows Mike Hamlin was in it for the win. At Willow Springs could have just as easily won that race as Damian Dania did. It just dropped one tire off into the dirt, and it sent him literally into the gallery, upside down. I don't know how he finished that race. It was remarkable, but it cost him a win. That was Kevin Burrows making a pass to 7th on Anthony Wayan. And now Foster taking the feet down to the right, thinking to have a go. Pull right back into line.
Yeah, so far not a whole lot of time change. Everyone seems to be just holding steady at the current gaps.
Danny and Gunter kicking up a little grass and dirt. They head from the toe to the heel. This is Gunter's look at the race leader, Damian Dania. Had a problem with Brian, but no, we'll take a look at it here in a moment. Right there on the wall. Oh, Bonneau was already out of shape there before that even started. Should be no harm, no foul. We'll go back to Williams,
just a
Slosser,
slight.
Williams.
Yeah, just a slight, but oh no for Ryan Bonneau.
Biggest mover right now, not a surprise, Alan Kyle, up 6-16.
See Slosher really heating up the rear Wayland. As I say that, a little bit of issues on the exit of the carousel. Almost ended up side by side with Williams.
Tucking right back into line. Kevin Burrows catching J.J. Wang here. This will be for 6th.
Yeah, JJ now running the McLaren. He said it felt a little better to him post-update. But I'm impressed by that Beamer being able to stick with him.
Oh, Corey Rutherford with an issue.
Oh.
Top of the heel. Clicked on the wrong thing. This is just going to be on the throttle. That weird little rise out of the turn. That's easy to get the car upset.
Yep, another thing I mentioned in the pre-race. Super easy to just get the car to snap on you on that corner. Oh, Burrows. Oh, you wanted to send it.
JJ had that one well scouted. Able to open it up just a bit back to Burrows. We'll jump back to the battle for the lead once again inside of a couple of car lengths. Gunter not going away. Do they have the spec map on this paint?
Yeah. Oh no! Gunther spins into the
Brody
wall.
Gunter.
Oh no!
Yep. Well, that's going to be crushing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Corey Rutherford, I would imagine, on the throttle, and it's just out from underneath of him. And that is a hard shot there and a hard shot there. And Gunter will be looking for the invert pole, I suppose, as Joshua Rutherford is going to come through the heel here and do, I think, probably the exact same thing.
Yep.
I think Gunter was even still there. They've got matching damage. Well, as funny as that is, it is also kind of funny. Just because it's these two, these are the two that provide the Gunter's Guide to us. And they have, I mean, literally matching cars here headed down pit road. Well, a little schadenfreude there, I guess. We'll move on. It's now a 2-second lead for Damian Dania. Over Dave Seats, Mike Cameron back up onto the podium. Avery Hart in fourth, and this is the battle now for fifth. JJ Wang is pulling the train.
Yeah, all aboard the Wang train. Wait.
I'm not touching that one. Always that one to you.
Oh, I look forward to that getting clipped.
Yep.
Oh, but seriously though, he's got a whole lot of cars behind him.
I mean, this is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and kind of 11th and 12th as well. Brian Deese and Rob Henry are hanging around. 5th to 10th, all nose to tail basically. Burrows for the look. Joe Williams with a move to stay in front of Johnny Alford behind. As we're on with Kevin Burrows now. It sounds so really sluggish, but it's not. It's got the pace. It sounds like it's geared really well.
Oh, that's how it always felt to me. That's why I'm impressed that he's able to do this, because, oh, boy, it was a skill issue anytime I tried driving that car.
In a moment, we'll jump up to what could be the battle for second as Dave Seats and Mike Hamlin have started to close in. 6/10 of a second between the two. This seems to be the part of the lap where Burrows can get it done in the boot. Closes right back up on JJ.
Yeah, that's a frustrating thing is you can tell he's got more pace, but JJ is able to be just that little bit better in all the places he needs to be. As we see Schlosser sending it on Wayland, and he'll make the pass.
Yeah, Anthony Wayans still is your leader in the silver division. 6 minutes left to go. Schlosser will overtake now for the 6th position as again Burrows coming to light through the final 2 turns of the lap. And JJ's going to have to get his elbows out here. Burrows will have a look into one.
Just a little bit of defensive driving from JJ. Oh, and he'll pull him.
And look at this, Schlosser now. Part of the lap that this BMW struggles with just a bit. Schlosser looking to take advantage in the Lamborghini. While this is happening, Jump back up to Mike Hamlin, applying the pressure to Dave Seats for second. Schlosser having a go here on Burrows through the carousel.
Oh, Waylon!
He was having a look.
He was.
Alford and Williams, I mean, we are all bunched up here. What a mess.
No kidding. And JJ's loving seeing this in his mirror. He can take a bit of a breath while these three are getting all up and close and personal with each other. Oh, a bit of a wiggle for Williams there.
Alex Allen just had a problem. He is back into the pits. Burrow's getting close, but not nearly as close as he was last time. So car length and some change between. As we back up the S's, this is where Mike Hamlin's McLaren comes to life as he closes his gap back up to 2:10. And now here is Burrows looking to the driver's left side of weighing into the bus stop. Can't make it stick.
Oh!
Crosser with a go to the inside. Burrows will survive that one. Nobody over the course of the whole lap has the advantage outright. Props for Josh Nagy again. Look to pick up the invert if Alex Allen doesn't beat him to it. Wang with the weave, headed to the heel, and up the Achilles.
Oh, Waylon! How did? What in the world?
I have no idea.
He was sideways and then got straightened out by whoever was behind him. Is side by side, Burrows and Schlosser. Oh man, everything is going down all of a sudden.
Burrows struggling to hang on now. All of a sudden, Schlosser might have his number into turn number 1.
Yeah, Schlosser with the crossover.
Problems for Johnny Alford. He was just riding in the top 10. He is cracked.
Yeah, there was a bit of extended stuff going on with the whatever happened to Waylon in the heel. I saw him go off, I think, at the top of the boot when they were getting back onto the main track.
Pass is complete maybe for Schlosser, but Burrows fighting back.
Yeah, it was till it wasn't. Oh, they're sticking side by side.
That is risky. Schlosser with no choice though, and he will come back out ahead. Quickly taking a look at what happened to Johnny Alford. This is entering the final turn, and there's debris
no, I was
in front of
wrong.
him.
I think he just got the grass and couldn't turn.
Let's back this up for just a second. Oh yeah, I think maybe this is Alford coming in. That's where he picked up the unturnable damage. So
yeah.
Anthony Wayan lucky to hang on.
Yeah, I hope he has a muffin basket for Johnny Alford.
Well,
and Schlosser way off. Oh no!
There's Wayan
that was
way
even
off,
worse.
And this is the battle for the silver lead now. And you can see Wayan is missing the front part of the bumper, the front bumper. And Brian Deese is going to get through.
This is incredible. Wait. Now, I could have sworn that Wayan still had his bumper when we were watching the
Yeah.
the initial. So, did he have more incident?
Maybe he's
Which
got
is-
the Ryan Dye Hood syndrome where it just kind of disappears and reappears at a whim.
Yeah, we
Well-
need the Anthony weigh-in hood cam.
Damian Daney's got this one on lock as the clocks are going to strike zero. It's his to lose, 5.8 second advantage. This the battle for second. Dave Seats and Mike Hamlin. Anthony Wayne may not be done with Brian Deese for the silver victory. We'll jump back to that in a moment. What a wild dash here at Watkins Glen. Could get wilder here in the final few turns. Damian Daney up through the final 2 turns is going to claim victory for the 4th time this season. Dania takes the dash at the Glen. Dave Seats in second, Mike Hamlin in third. Brian Deese has pulled away. And it'll be Deese taking his first silver victory of the season. Anthony Wayand right behind him in second, and Andre Saba behind him in third.
Impressive from Wayne to hold on to P2. And is this Brian Deese's first win? I know it's his first win of the season. But
I think he picked off a couple in the first season. If I remember correctly, I believe this is his third, but it has been his first on turn 200, that's for sure. So we will talk to Brian Deese here, hopefully in just a moment, as we hope to talk to Damian Dania as well. Dash is complete here at Watkins Glen. We'll be back with your dash winners here in just a moment.
Ever walked past a business and a beautifully crafted sign caught your eye? That's what we create at Eminent Signs and Graphics Inc. Whether you're starting fresh or revamping your brand, our expert team designs, fabricates, and installs signs that truly embody your business's spirit. From channel letters to monument signs, we handle it all. Ready to stand out? Visit us today at 1888 Freeman Avenue in Signal Hill, California, and see the magic for yourself.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Turn 200's coverage of the ASRL Sports Car Championship presented by Purple Haze Autosport is presented by Purple Haze Autosport, Eminent Signs and Graphics, Team Watson Racing Setups, CJR Graphics, Mullet Music Productions, and the American Sim Racing League.
We're back to the Glen, and it's time to get on the winner train here.
yes, sir. I am here with our silver division winner, Brian Deese. Brian, congratulations. You were telling me during the break this is your first ever road win with ASRL, huh?
It is. That's a little unexpected, to be honest. I'm definitely not much of a road guy. I'm more of an oval guy, but do road on the side, so definitely glad to finally grab one of these wins.
Yeah, and you've been having a real good pace over the last few weeks. Like this is not a isolated run. Like I know you ran really well last week at Willow. So take us through what was going through your mind when you were seeing all the chaos happening with Anthony there in the boot.
I don't know how much a chat you guys can hear, but I actually feel really bad, and I got to apologize to Anthony. I think I kind of jinxed him a little bit. I was joking with, I think it was Rob Henry was behind me. I let him by, and I kind of jokingly told him, go up there and slow down Anthony for me. And then like 3 turns later, I saw Anthony sideways with somebody, so I was like, oh man, I didn't, that wasn't a legit offer.
Okay, I did catch the last bit. I was wondering what preceded that. Yeah, it's one of those task failed successfully moments. So now that you're able to pick up the dub in the sprint, what's the strategy for the feature?
I don't know. I never started all the way at the back like this, so pretty much just going to be patient. It's a 40-minute race, so just got to be patient, try to work your way through the field, see if I can get back up there and do it again. Definitely feel I got the pace here. I love the Glen. And since the update, the GT3 cars really suit me now. I really love them now, so I don't know if that's maybe something that's going on with the pace lately, but it's definitely been working out, so I'm happy.
Yeah, you and that Corvette have been looking pretty racy as of late. Hopefully it continues for you, and we're talking to you again here soon. But real quick, any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I got to thank Purple Haze Autosports, title sponsor, CRJ Graphics, Mullet Music Productions, and can't remember. I think it was Seats that sponsored this race.
Yep.
Yeah, Dave Seats for sponsoring this race. Just half a week before the 6 hours of the Glen coming up, so definitely a lot of fun to have this right now.
Alrighty, well, good luck in the feature, Brian, and once again, hopefully we're talking to you again. And after that.
Sounds good, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, and we'll go looking now. We've found Team Fast-ish, who had a great week last week at Willow Springs, and now it'll be back-to-back for Damian Dania here this evening. Welcome back to the booth, partner. Congrats on wins 3 and 4, dating back to last week.
Oh, thanks for the congratulations, I guess. I was just running some laps just to get the car down, but yeah, all good. Yeah.
Well,
had a lot of fun in that race.
Yeah, what do you make of that? Getting to race with Brody Gunter there for a while before he had those issues. He was keeping you very honest at the front of the field.
I think it's fun because I think I've been showing this season that my racecraft has not been good. I think you could probably see it in the last race as well. But I think I had a good race there, and I think we raced both pretty cleanly. I think Brody did a great job. Unfortunate about the spin. He would have probably won if he hadn't done that, but yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. I was surprised it got him around the outside, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a great move there, the long way around into the first turn. I don't know. We always seem to write off the chaos element of Watkins Glen whenever we turn up at the start of a broadcast. But then we're always very quickly reminded of how quickly things can go south here. How do you fancy your chances starting all the way at the back of this field now?
Great, to be honest. I know Haze is starting first, so there's no way I'm going to be able to catch him. That's impossible, unfortunately. Unless he crashes, that's just... I know he's more than fast enough to win a race. I can't do that. But I can get second, I think. Might as well give it a shot.
Well, we're looking forward to watching the drive here, regardless of how it turns out. Congratulations on the win here to start off the night, and let's get some shout-outs in before we let you go.
Quick shout-outs because I got to go to the bathroom soon. Yeah, shout-out to Brody Gunter because he did a great race there. I was very impressed. Unfortunate about the spin. Great pole, though. Yeah, fortunate race for Joshua Motacek, my teammate. So a little bit unfortunate. He'll get it next time. He's starting in the front, so he'll be okay. Yeah, my mother was watching again. She was very excited about this one. I think Roy might be in the chat as well again. And I think my father's watching in the living room right on over, so that's good. But I got to go to the bathroom now, sorry.
Thanks for the time. Good luck.
Yep, thanks.
Gotta respect the hustle. And I do want to say, Brian Deese is correct in the fact that is his first road course victory in the ASRL Sports Car Championship, but little known fact, only the OGs know, they ran 2 oval races in the first season in the GT3 car, and he won both of them. So technically that is his third ASRL Sports Car Championship victory, and he is right, that is his first on a road course. But anybody that has to start at the back of this field, like Damien, like Brian Deese, they are in for it, I think. Passing proved to be difficult, and chaos was everywhere in that first round.
Yeah, let chaos reign, and oh boy, just because that hasn't been that easy to pass, doesn't mean we're not going to be seeing a whole lot of attempts to make the passes, which, as you said, tends to be what causes the chaos around here. So, things have been pretty clean as of late, so fingers crossed that continues.
Yeah, I don't know. We will definitely have to wait and see. We won't have to wait very long, though. Got about 40 seconds left until the starting grid opens up. Reminder about a couple of things. We'll be live on the Max V CNC Home Designs Truck Series Chase, round number 4 of 5, tomorrow night from Darlington. Things are looking very interesting for a number of reasons tomorrow night, not the least of which is it's the Lady in Black. So tune in 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for that one. And we'll be back Monday night with the Ghost Squadron from the Super Series from Imola at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. And then catch us in 2 weeks for the ASRL Sports Car Championship when it returns to live coverage of Spa-Francorchamps at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Again in 2 weeks on Wednesday night. We should be about ready to go here. 10-minute warm-up is complete. And we are ready for a 40-minute feature here at Watkins Glen. As for some reason the session is not switching over. There we go. That took an absurdly long time. I don't know why. All right, here is the starting lineup. It will be Josh Heggie, who will lead the field to green after all of his successes last week. That's going to be very, very interesting. Alex Howland will be on the outside of the front row. Joshua Motacek and Joshua Rutherford on row number 2. They both had podium finishes in the silver division last week. Brian Bonneau and Kenny Step on row 3. It's Brody Gunter and Johnny Alford on row 4. Corey Rutherford and Travis Fleming round out your top 10 starters. Joshua Muir, we got Jacqueline P. in the chat cheering on Joshua. Muir will start in 11th next to Mike Pepper in spot number 12. Row number 7 is Derek Tierms on the inside and Rene Garcia on the outside. Nick Batista, Andre Saba, Anthony Wayand, Brian Deese, your silver winner back there in the 18th starting position with Rob Henry, Jarrell Williams rounding out the top 10 rows. It is Kevin Burrow, Matt Schlosser on row 11, J.J. Wang, Avery Hart on row 12, Mike Hamlin, Dave Seats, and Damian Dania. Shotgun on the field, 27th. I think we've got a couple of pit lane starters. Kenny Step, Corey Rutherford, and Brian Bonneau not on the starting grid. Quick look at the track conditions here. And track temperature has jumped up by about 15 degrees. It is up to 101. Still cloudy, but it is heating up here at the Glen.
Oh boy. It's going to be heating up in more ways than one now, apparently. Yeah, we'll see what Joshua he can do on the start this time. Obviously, we saw him have a great start that helped propel Damien to the lead of the race before everything went very bad and very quickly. So hopefully, for his sake, he can figure out what on earth happened and see if he can hold on to this lead.
I mean, Josh Hagee, to be clear, was one corner away from victory in the dash last week before he got tangled up with a lapped car. It allowed Dave Seats to get through. It's a feeling I could very much relate to because I did the exact same thing in an official truck race at Lime Rock Park last night. Would have been my first official victory in over 3 years. And lap truck spun out in front of me out of the final corner, and I finished in reverse, second. So Heggie beat me there because he had it all pointed in the correct direction and still came away with second, but heartbreaking nonetheless. He was well en route to his 5th career victory. It would have been the first of the season for him. But still, great points lead last week. This is not the follow-up he was looking for in the dash. But you're right, clean air. If he can escape the first few corners with his car intact, he'll be looking to pull away. And your point from earlier, very long pace lap. Very long.
Yeah, it's difficult on us as broadcasters because what do you have to talk about?
Well, this grass sure is green.
That it is.
Big check up there for Howland. Luckily, Joshua Rutherford is paying attention. Heggie and Howland, your top golds. Rutherford and Monacek, your top silvers. Those are your front four as we are ready for 40 minutes. Down
Hold on
the
your
hill.
butt cheeks, everybody.
3 wide.
Oh boy. Oh, and Corey distinctly said, please none of this, guys.
Oh, we got it. And Heggie has the lead headed up the hill. Monacek in second, the silver leader. Here is Brody Gunter. With a move to the right of Alex Howland as that Travis Fleming around. We've seen this song and dance before. They are everywhere.
We got a track blocker. I think we're getting the yellow here, folks.
Yeah, certainly. Yellow flag is out. The last time we came to Watkins Glen, we saw the exact same thing, exact same scenario, but in the dash race. It's worth reminding people up front here, we do have one fast repair. Everybody that was just in this crash, which was most people from 10th on back. They are going to have to dear, oh dear. I think both of your dash winners were involved in that. All right, so it's already happened here. We'll go back to Travis Fleming. He was the first one to go around. He was the one that we saw in the middle of 3 wide there into turn number 1. So he was getting his elbows out here early. You talk about the worst spot for this to happen. Into the barrier.
He hit the guardrail, went around, clips Rene Garcia back into a Mustang. I think that might have... No, that's not a Mustang. I'm not sure who it was. But yeah, Brian Dees demolished. Saw JJ Wang with big damage. Saw Slosser earlier missing the hood.
JJ Wang is right in the thick of the last one, too. Well, that's 6 wide.
Yeah, and then up towards the front past it looked like Waylon had it missed until Renee just came right across the track right in front of him. Who's the car that was the first one to make contact with Fleming? Right there, is that a poor... Oh, is that Andre Saba?
It might be.
Yeah, I think that was Andre Saba, and yeah, you see Garcia cross the track right into Whalen. And
Here's Saba's look at it.
yeah,
Fleming's going to land right in his lap.
Yeah, nowhere to go. Yeah, major damage for, looks like, Hamlin as well. But yeah, got hit from behind from Burrows.
Here's Nick Batista.
Oh,
so close.
Yeah, he almost made it through. I think of all the cars that was in this melee, I think he's the best off damage-wise, because those didn't look like super hard impacts for that Beamer.
Well,
yeah, that's definitely fast repair worthy for a Slosser.
It looks angry.
Yeah.
I'm being judged for something. I don't know what, though.
I mean, I totally understand it being angry, because I'd be just as angry.
Well, Josh Hagee with the lead. Joshua Matacek at second, Brody Gunter third, Joshua Rutherford and Johnny Alford the top five. Joshua Muir looks unscathed in sixth. Mike Pepper in seventh. Derek Tirums in eighth. Alex Howland and then Matt Schlosser on back. Definitely all got a piece of it. It was inescapable.
Let's take a closer look at Dania. I don't see a whole lot of damage, if any. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. That McLaren looks about as clean as you'd hope from that, honestly. Damien got real lucky there, because he was in the thick of it.
This is Dania's look at it. Oh boy.
Oh.
Just a little bit there. And that can mess you up, as innocuous as that looks.
Yeah.
He is going to stay out though.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there was a whole hell of a lot of body damage, but it was like hit him center on the wheel itself. So, we'll see if there was any sort of wheel damage from that.
Very interesting. Brody Gunter is going to pit. Now, one thing that we do have to mention, these drivers have to make a fuel stop at some point, but pacing under caution here, 34 minutes to go, 45% fuel capacity. Surely this is not going to be the last stop. Gunter can't make it from here, right?
No, but he's gonna make that last stop very quick, because as we're all well aware, the fuel in GT cars and sports cars in general take forever to do. So having to take less fuel at your pit stop, that's going to be a huge time gain. The question is that how much time is he going to lose from being farther back in the pack? And, you know, if he can pick off a bunch of cars and stay relatively close to Higgy, it will be a fantastic strategy call, but it all depends on how much ground he'll lose to the leaders right now.
So Josh Hagee in first. Gunter is back now in 12th. And should I say, with it fresh in the memory, in the danger zone. Very much so. Although I think maybe just Watkins Glen at this point is the danger zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll get going with probably about 31 minutes left to go. As the lights are off. on the pace car.
Bit of a blink for our race leader. That's something you never want to see.
Now, he did it a couple times last week as well. Certainly always is unnerving. Joshua Maticek leading the silvers. Next closest silver behind him, I believe, is Nick Batista back in ninth. As Bertie Gunther brought Joshua Rutherford in with him. So, if nothing else, that was a work in progress call, as Rutherford was ahead of the accident. Josh Hagee on the point. 31:30 to go. The rare caution flag in the ASRL Sports Car Championship is lifted, and we're back under green conditions.
And once again, hold on to your butt cheeks.
I haven't stopped.
We see 3 wide.
Oh, yeah.
Big move from, I'm not sure if that's Hart or Kieran.
Yep.
Yeah, huge move. 3 wide into turn 1, and he pulled it off.
Johnny also.
Yeah, and Dania, not that far. He's looking to make a move into the bus stop, and Hart holds him off.
If he had a problem on that car, he would have felt it right there.
Absolutely, and considering both him and Hart made it through unscathed. Oh no, more
Back up to Mike Pepper and Avery Hart. And Derek Tierms. Tierms back through on Pepper. Hart right behind. It's Heggie in control. Maticek in control of the silvers. We are through on the heel. Bertie Gunther already up to ninth.
Henry, a little bit of a crossover here, but I think Brody's going to prevail, and he will. Couple positions gained from Brody, and he's still very much within striking distance of the leaders. Did Batista bring it down under the caution? We see.
Not sure. But he is going backwards here in a hurry as Hart being moved on by Damian Dania. Back up the road.
And he's going to grab the pepper shaker and see if we can get by Mike.
We'll have a go into the bus stop, maybe. He's got the nose in there. Not enough though.
Yeah.
A lot of curb there. Back end of the car came up, and that was wide. Talking about unnerving.
Yeah, that really worked out for Dania. And, you know, I got to give him a shout out here. You know, we've seen him in the Discord be pretty down on himself about his racecraft. And we saw him get into some incidents early on in the season. But as far as his racecraft, I think he's come a long way as of late. Like, going through the bus stop that time, I think Damian of the first couple races would have tried to send that, and it would have probably ended poorly for everyone. But he thought better of it, backed out, lived to fight another day, and was immediately rewarded for it. Oh, as Joshua Rutherford around.
Man.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, Damien was immediately rewarded by Pepper having that mistake, and Damien ended up making the easiest pass he'll ever make.
Avery Hart, Dave Seats, Brody Gunther all trying to move through on Pepper, who was dropped back to the 9th position if Gunther can make this stick, and he does. sides off. Move
And he's just
up the road here.
He's just doing a bit of tire cooling.
Yeah. Modicek, Alford, Tierums, has problems for Nick Batista. That's into the bus stop. Those problems continuing. Sun is back out. Sam's getting very dark there for a moment.
Yeah, we're no longer Watkins gloom.
It's not yet. Modicek still second overall, still leading the silvers. Alford and Tieran's not for division position. As Alford really going to jam it in there.
Yeah, that was a late send.
Yes. Oh, and Modicek wide. No! Well, Alford will lose a spot to Damian Dania. Modicek still the silver leader, but now drops behind Alford and Hart as he sent it long out of the boot.
Yeah, I'm sure Alfred's not going to be happy with that.
No.
Those dang silver drivers.
The only silver lining, pun not intended, but hopefully appreciated, is that he's still on the road, and the car looks to be okay. As Daniel now looking for second on Derek Tierans. To the bus stop. Much further along the road. Tierans avoids turning in on Dania, who will take second away. Back to Hart, Seats, and Gunter nose to tail, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Seats rooted out there by Gunter, the two winningest ASRL Sports Car Championship drivers. 4 championships between them. They're duking it out here for 7th as Gunter gives way. At least running a different line. Seats last week, didn't get to talk to him. Of course, we were on tape delay, but picked up win number 25.
Yeah, silver lining in a, as we've documented several times, rough season for the reigning GT3 champion.
Yes.
It's one of those years for Dave where if a meteor hit the track, it's hitting his car bullseye.
Yeah. It's locked on.
See, Brody's really close. Can we see a bus stop plunge?
I think so.
He's gonna have the preferred line inside too. Oh!
Seats covers it
backed
off.
out. Yeah.
Modicek under fire from Avery Hart. And Hart the long way around.
Nice move. That's not an easy move to make, but Avery pulled that off to perfection as Dave tries to follow him through. He will, and Brody's going to try it again. Modicek getting freight train here in the boot. He's getting stomped out.
Oh, and Gunter might be sizing up a move here to the inside of Seats. Into
2
the
for
heel.
1.
Oh, no. Not quite close
just
enough.
1 for 1.
Yeah. One's enough, I think. One at a
2
time.
for 1 still ended. No longer accepting the coupon. But good, steady climb up through the field so far for Brody. So I am really looking forward to seeing these pit stops.
Hey, you talk about
we don't even know.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't even know when the pit stops are even going to take place because of the caution making the timing all goofy.
Yeah, normally we look for the early pitters to start with 25 minutes to go. That's not going to be the case here. We got back going, I think, with 31, so I don't think they're moving a full 9 minutes up, but maybe 20, 18 minutes to go. We'll start to see a wave of drivers coming down pit road. Who's to say? Back to Hart, Seats, and Gunter. That was not the tidiest carousel there for Hart, and Seats is going to be all over it.
And Hart prevails.
And for now, Seats
Yeah.
sneaking the inside again through the toe.
And Hart still able to hold on. He pulls him. Some great defensive driving from Avery Hart. And Dave, once again, trying to... just can't quite. What does Brody Gunther do right here?
I would wait and be ready to move. I don't know if I'd want to be. I don't think I'd want to be bump drafting in the McLaren.
What? Where's your sense of spirit, Tommy?
There's a reason I'm up here. Maybe I would actually bump draft in the McLaren, and that's why I'm up here. I do want to point out as well, gap up to Josh Hagee, closing quickly. Inside of a second, Damian Dania is on the warpath. And he will have come down pit road. No, he didn't. Never mind. I was going to say he came down pit road, but he didn't. So he will be on the pit strategy with everybody else.
Yeah, he's on strategy A, and Brody and everyone else that stopped are on strategy 2.
I think he's... Hagee came back for just a moment, but I don't think so anymore. I think he's gone. No, he is back. Oh, my goodness.
Boy.
That was a big one. Usually, if you're gone that long, you're not coming back.
Oh, boy. I'm looking at the ping, Joshua Higgy, and it was in the red. Now it's starting to drop down to orange. But, yeah, this race can't end soon enough if you're him. Also looking at Anthony Wayne got disqualified.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at the ultimate no-no flag, the black with the white X.
Very interesting.
Yeah, wonder what that was from.
Well, Dania is here. He said, with Hagee out front, I won't be able to catch him. Well, he's caught him. Brody Gunther is coming down pit road. Very interesting.
Yeah, let's watch. Let's see how long of a stop that's going to be.
This is Nick Batista coming out right in front of the battle for the lead. Hagee trying to get the slipstream here into the bus stop.
Yeah, you don't know if it's helping or hurting.
Dania laid back a bit, closed that gap right back up. 40-second stop for Brody Gunther from the time he entered to the time he exited. And he is back on the road now.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. I gotta be honest, I don't hate that call to bring it down right now, because as you saw, he was in some heavy traffic with the battle between him, Seats, and Hart. So you get that last little splash of fuel you need, you get out, you get clean air, you stop wasting time in that battle. That's some pretty heads-up strategy from Brody Gunther.
Oh, Dania way off.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
Derek Tierms is closing in.
That was Hichi to breathe just that little bit.
To your point about Gunther, I mean, he is in a pocket right now. He's got 6 seconds to the driver in front of him and 2.5 seconds to the closest driver behind him.
Oh,
As Hage's coming in.
EG. Yep.
There is your race leader down pit road. As problems for Joshua Muir exiting the boot. He will get it pointed back in the correct direction. As now, for provisional second, but for the current outright lead, Terrence and Dania going at it.
Ooh.
Josh Hagee back on the road. He is about 3 seconds clear on Brody Gunter. The car in between the two.
Close the gap?
Oh, Joshua Muir with more problems from the looks of it. Yeah, off the road once again.
Man, they're getting so close to that grass on exit.
Yeah.
Tierm's really with the bit between his teeth.
Does anybody come down this time here? Inside of 16 minutes left to go. Looks like Tierm.
Yep.
Oh, and Damian Dania hit the wall out of the final turn, which we saw in the dash race too. Tierms and Avery Hart both down pit road. Jarrell Williams down pit road as well. So this gives Dania some breathing room back to Johnny Arthur. As, we just had a problem on the track. I believe I can't find him anywhere. I'm too sure Brian Deese just didn't have an issue with Kevin Burrows. As Deese is now on pit road. Let's have a look at it here. This is through the penultimate corner. I think Deese slowing down to come to pit road.
Oh,
Burrows
no.
doesn't realize it and slam bang into the wall.
Unfortunate for our sprint winner.
Joshua Matacek still leading the Silvers. As Tierms is right here behind Hagee. And what is currently the battle for the lead, Brody Gunter only 1.8 seconds behind, so he is closed up.
Yeah, there went the whole talking point of the potentially shorter stop, because it looks like it helped a decent amount, because obviously Brody was a lot farther behind, and it's definitely got him a lot closer. But at this point, I want to say it's a bit of a net loss for Brody.
I think the clean air may have done it more than the pit strategy itself.
Yeah. Yeah, like, because he was, like, right there knocking on the door of Joshua when the caution came out. Like, only a couple positions behind. And so he's still within that gap, but yeah, it really just didn't seem like that pit strategy gained him a whole lot. Oh, as we see, Tierm's trying to pass.
He's got it.
Yeah, that might be the battle for the win right there.
That is the provisional pass for the lead. Again, it's for 10th overall right now. The leaders all bypass pit road this time except for Mike Hamlin. Hagee gonna swing back here into the bus stop. Tierms is protecting that right side. Hagee trying to shake him loose. Just throwing it in. Oh, wow! Tierms all four tires up off the ground there.
Monster truck in that Porsche.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, that is Corey Rutherford. I was not even meaning to see that. That did not show up on my rundown at all.
I don't think Corey was meaning for us to see that either.
Probably not. Here comes Damian Dania down pit road.
Alrighty, moment of truth.
Johnny Alford follows him in. Dave Seats still out on the track. He will take over the lead. And this is going to get very, very interesting very quickly. "13-second stop for Dania. Here is Tyrums. Dania will come out just ahead, or just behind rather, Derek Tyrums. Look at this. This has disaster written all over it. This is Johnny Alford. I mean, they are nearly 4 abreast into the bus stop, battling for second.
Yeah, 2-car tandem drafting into the bus stop. Oh boy! Oh!
Wow!
How on earth
Alford
did
slips back.
everyone survive?
I don't know. Here's Gunter and Hagee, top 5 under a blanket provisionally anyway. Here's Gunter. Hagee is wide, and Gunter is through. Hagee, no! He's going to loop it into the barriers.
Oh man, and this is the worst spot because how on earth do you turn around? He's going to lose so many spots here.
Envisioning a Riley Herbst moment. Nope, he's able to loop it back around. Dave Seats is in from the lead. Rob Henry will bring it in this time as well. Then it'll be up to Alex Halland and J.J. Wang to make their stop. Halland bypasses. Wang is coming in as, I'm not sure who that was, but they just hit the wall pretty hard. So Alex Halland is the lone holdout. Derek Tyrums is pulling Damian Dania, Brody Gunter, and Johnny Alford down. Silver lead right now still belongs to Joshua Matichek. He's got Rene Garcia a couple of positions behind him as Seats will join the party now. Why not? There's room for one
more. The merrier.
Yeah. Little landscaping. Seats on cold tires.
New member of the Tony Kanon Landscaping Company. It's not Indianapolis, but hey, close enough at this point.
Yeah. Guns are all over Damian Dania. They ride just 1 second behind Derek Tyrums. Trying to rally each other back into the fight for the win.
A little bit of radio chatter. Damien just asked Brody if he pit. And Brody was like, I pit twice. It's a bit of an unintended flex from Gunter right there.
Yeah.
Because like, if you hear that from your competitor, you're gonna go, oh, huh? What? And that could get you off your game just that little bit. Is Dave Seats? I think Dave Seats is coming back down.
Yeah. Either that or didn't get the fuel in. Alex Halland is in as well.
Yep, black flag.
Oh, man. So Halland will give up the lead. Derek Tyrums now is the leader. 1 second behind is Damian Dania and Brody Gunter. Johnny Alford losing some time there back and forth. So it may be a 3-horse race. Joshua Matichek leading the Silvers. 3 seconds clear on Josh Hagee. As whoa! Nearly a tank swapper there for Damien.
A little more radio chatter. Brody, he not happy with that, and Damien giving him the position.
Interesting.
Yeah, Brody was not happy, and Damien was like straight up said, "Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Matt, I'll give you the position."
Well, that will free up Gunter to pursue Derek Tierums. So let's go back and see what did happen there, as there may have been a little contact. Gunter riding. Yeah, Damien moving over to the left there. A little crowding.
Yeah, I praised him for his racecraft gain earlier, but yeah, it's a bit of a move you really don't want to see anyone making, kind of bring it down, as we saw Travis Fleming around once again for a moment.
Here's a look at Fleming incidents. Again, we've seen that a few times tonight. That's an easy place to do it.
Yeah, that looked like almost a carbon copy when Maticek did it in the sprint. Like, same way, nearly same exact spot on the racetrack. Like, you wonder if it could be a Porsche problem at that point. That was still on initial turn-in.
This is Joshua Muir between Gunter and Tierums. Gunter has brought his gap down a bit, but he'll have to work through the lapper. And Muir will stay wide now. So Gunter again freed up to pursue Derek Tierums. Oh, Gunter off into the grass there. Wow. That's so sketchy. I know he didn't do it on purpose, but man. That shows you how hard he's pushing Gunter. A shocker, absolute shocker to be this far in the season without a win. He was looking to change that here, but last time, Tierums just pulled a couple of tenths on him.
So, it's interesting. While this is going on, I look back and review Dave Seat's pit stop, and it looked like I think he might have turned off his pit limiter just a little bit pulling out of his box, because he jumped up to about 45 miles an hour, and pit speed is 40, so I believe that right there is what got him the penalty, because that's the only thing that makes sense, because he was within the line on pit entry, within the line pit exit, and his speed entering and exiting was fine, so I think that little blip is what got him that black flag.
Watching the battle for 13th, JJ Wang moving through on Rene Garcia. So Wang to 13th, Garcia back to 14th. There's Brian Deese, the dash winner in the silver division. Silver lead right now still belonging to Joshua Maticek. And Rene Garcia is his next closest competitor. Garcia about 8 seconds behind. Gunter is catching Derek Tierums. Got him to a second.
Yeah, Brody asked Derek, he's like, "Here's the question, Derek. Do you have enough fuel?" And Derek just said, "I hope so."
He's gonna need it.
Yeah, it could very well be fuel plays a factor, or we on the broadcast hype up fuel to be a factor for it to not be a factor at all whatsoever. Gestures at the finish of Indy at Road America and NASCAR at Pocono.
It'll be the white flag at the line.
Yeah, pretty somewhat within striking distance, but Derek is able to keep a couple car length gap on him.
I'm sure Gunter will want to be applying the pressure as much as possible into turn number 1 and really make Derek Tierums overthink this final lap. Oh.
Yeah.
Really, really fine margins there. 0.7 of a second.
We're using all the track.
You can see how hard he's pushing this thing. 1 lap to go. Derek Tierums leading. Brody Gunter in second. 0.8 of a second between the two.
Gets real close, but it's not close enough.
Can he step up the road here from the leaders? Will stay wide.
And, yep. Fair play to Ken.
Half a second. The time is running out. Gunter may need to call in a mistake or a fuel incident here.
Or maybe even the dive bomb of the century.
It would have to be one heck of a dive bomb. We'll see. Gunter inching closer and closer. Giving it everything he's got. Final 2 turns. Gunter losing ground off into the grass. It's Tierums to lose. Through the final turn, Derek Tierums' second win in the ASRL Sports Car Championship presented by Purple Haze Autosport. The flash of the headlights. Porsche taking the 40-minute feature here at Watkins Glen. Tierums in first. Gunter in second. Damian Dania will round out the podium. Johnny Alford, Avery Hart, your top 5. As we head back to Joshua Matacek, all the cars behind him not for division position. For the second feature in a row, it will be Joshua Matacek to take the silver victory as he makes his way out of the final turn at the Glen. Matacek, back-to-back feature wins.
Now, what a drive from that 78.
Yes, indeed. All the talk of strategy and penalties and all this and that, but it was pure pace tonight from Derek Tierums. Started 13th, ends up P1. With Avery Hart on his flank. Good to see both of these drivers back. It's been a couple of weeks. I think you were right at the top of the show. Watkins Glen is one that pretty much every driver has circled as one not to miss if you can help it.
Absolutely.
Tyrum's had it circled, and he's got P1 circled at the end of this one. We're going to skip the burnouts, it looks like, and Tyrums will bring it down at pit road. So with that, we should be able to give you the full finishing rundown here as soon as things start working. I don't know why my PC's a little bit hitchy this evening, but regardless, we'll get to the full finishing rundown here maybe someday. There we go. Derek Tyrums with the win. Brody Gunter in second. We'll talk to Brody Gunter, I think, for the first time this season. Hard to believe. He'll finish runner-up. Damian Dania will round out the gold podium. Johnny Alford, Avery Hart, your top 5. Matt Schlosser in 6th. Rob Henry, Mike Pepper, Jarrell Williams, Alex Howland in the top 10. And your silver winner, P11 tonight, Joshua Matacek. We'll talk to him here in a moment. Josh Heggie in the 12th position. JJ Wang in 13th. Rene Garcia, we'll talk to him as well in the 14th position. Second overall in the silvers, Brian Deese. We'll finish at 15th. Dave Seats, Mike Hamlin, Brian Bonneau, Joshua Rutherford, and Nick Batista, your top 20. 21st for Kenny Step, Joshua Muir in 22nd. It's Andre Saba, 23rd. 24th for Corey Rutherford, Travis Fleming, Kevin Burrows, and Anthony Wayand. The full finishing order after a wild one tonight at the Glen, to say the very, very least. We will go in search of your first and second place finishers here. I was looking right over him. But we will hot swap him right into the booth for Nate Garcia. Runner-up in the class here this evening. Welcome back to the booth. Wild night here at the Glen, to say the very, very least.
Wait, hold up.
Uh-oh.
I finished second?
I believe so.
Oh my god. Cool.
You're scaring me a little bit. I think you finished. I'm pretty sure you finished. We're going to interview like you finished second, whether you did or not. Regardless.
Okay, let's do it.
I mean, what a interesting couple of races here for a variety of different reasons.
Yeah, I've been having issues with iRacing ever since the previous updates. CPU just keeps going crazy. No idea why. It was fine before. So Lagos, my computer went crazy, stopped on track, and I killed someone. I forgot who it was, but I felt horrible about that. But this race was interesting. I mean, I spun on the pace lap on the first race. That's pretty embarrassing. Came back not too bad, and then this race was just crazy wreck. Somehow I made it to pits, fixed the car, came back out. I still ended up hitting JJ and someone else. They just overslowed. I don't know what happened. Maybe they were checking up. I wasn't ready for it. Took about 35 seconds damage or so. But I mean, I just had the advantage, I guess. Since I had pitted and taken tires already, I just topped off the fuel, which was a little bit. No tires, came back out, and I was just racing. That's it. I have no idea I finished second, but I'll take it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. James, what you got?
Take us through your viewpoint of that gnarly wreck on lap 1. Obviously, you were unfortunately involved in it, but a great recovery despite that. But just take us through what you saw and everything going through your mind.
I just posted a picture in the chat, but I'm looking at it right now. I nearly avoided Travis. I saw Travis spinning, but I saw him too late. I was committed, and I tried to react to it. I guess the car wasn't ready for it. Cold tires, I don't know. And I avoided him, but it was pointless because I was set for a spin too. So I spun there too, and unfortunately collected some people. Luckily, the caution came out. And to be honest, I was so behind. My car was broken, but I just took the NASCAR layout. Never gained no positions. Still fixed the car towards the back regardless. Pitted again just in case to be in the back. And hey, man, this is just luck. Sorry, this is what it is. But I'll take it. Why not?
There's an old saying. It do be like that sometimes. Whatever it takes to get it done here tonight. Great to get to talk to you once again, and let's get some shout-outs in before we let you go.
Yeah, of course, my wife, my kids, for supporting me and listening to me shouting over here. Team Watson Racing Setups, James, you, Tommy, Turn 200, ASRL, just everyone. It's a good group of guys. Appreciate it. FTM, the fellows back at FTM, ESGI. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. And you know what? I'll take it. Why not?
Absolutely. Well, I hope to talk to you again here in a couple weeks at Spa, but go enjoy this one.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All righty. We will go looking now for Joshua Matacek. We didn't get to talk to him after the win last week, but we'll get to talk to him here tonight. Matacek back in booth 200 as a competitor. Welcome back, partner. Congratulations once again.
I told you I'd be back tonight, Tommy.
I believe you. A wild one in the dash, and then a wild one behind you to start off this feature. Put you in a pretty good spot in comparison to a lot of the other silver drivers there right off the rip.
Yeah, definitely. I've been pretty unlucky in race one. Unfortunately, last week was a little bit of contact with another driver. This week, I don't know what happened. Fresh, cold tires, go to roll down in the corner about halfway through the lap, and car just snaps and backs it into the wall, breaks the left rear tire off. So that was race one completely done. So I don't know. I've been having issues with this car. Really don't want to change because I've kind of figured it out, but here we are, kind of making it work now at least.
James, what you got for the race one or the race two winner here?
Yeah, take us through how chaotic the starts could be here at the Glen. Obviously, you got lucky and were able to be well ahead of the giant calamity on lap one. But just take us through your strategy starting here at the Glen.
Don't die is pretty much the best way to sum it up. The Glen of all tracks is a wild one to do a start at. In anything you're racing, because you got the run down to turn one. Nobody's really got the room or the run, to make any passes and to get single file. So you roll up the hill through the S's, double file straight into a very, very fast chicane. So it's tough. It leads to a lot of close racing, a lot of give and take, and it doesn't surprise me that we saw what we did. There's a lot of great drivers in here, but you get cars going this fast through such a tight corner up the hill, and it happens.
Well, we'll get to talk to you again tomorrow night, this time, or next time from up on high. But you get the win last week, you get the win this week, and we get to actually interview you here tonight. So great stuff. Congratulations again, and let's get some shout-outs in.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to y'all as always for putting it on and dealing with all the crises that you have up north. But shout out to my wife Bailey, of course, for putting up with me, especially with running the GT3s. Now I have no idea what I'm doing, so I spend a couple hours a week before the race just running laps with Damien and practicing and putting in the time that I need to even be halfway competitive. Shout out to my parents, for always watching. Good old data check, always up here. That's pretty much it. Shout out to all the drivers for still showing up and having fun on the downward slope of the season.
Absolutely. It was a fun one here tonight. Go celebrate, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, we will go looking. I don't see Derek Tierham's hanging around here. Hopefully we can get a word in with him in a moment, but first up on the train will be Brody Gunter here. I don't want to say for the first time this season. I'm not 100% sure. You've got a few podium finishes in this season.
It's definitely first time this season.
Golly. Yeah. But let's talk about tonight because you were on it there at the end of this race. Obviously, the choice there to pit early, what was that call, and do you think it worked out the way you were intending it to?
Well, I think whenever there's been a caution at the end of the race, it's always worked out to like pit. I feel like because you take that, and usually like 2.5 to 3 gallons, maybe 3.5 if it's a longer lap, and it makes the next pit stop cuts it out a lot. The only time I wouldn't do it if we had like over 30 cars, because then if half the field doesn't pit, you're too far back to get that advantage up. Because I did come out right behind Dave and Damien, which are the two I was hoping to cycle out in front of. Damien, I saw, got luckier getting through traffic, and I got stuck behind Derek and Dave, so I decided to try and undercut it because I could obviously pit earlier since I had to take less fuel. But then it got really interesting. I think when Derek, I saw he had jumped all of us, even I think including Damien and Josh, and somehow, like I said, made it at the end. I really thought he was going to run out with like 2 laps to go, if not more, because I came across the line with 0.8 remaining, and I only took 6.2 gallons in my pit stop because it would have been originally 9.5, so I cut out 3.3 gallons. And I believe that was probably like a couple seconds because I jumped both Dave and gained on Damien a good amount of seconds. But when Derek came out in front of me by a couple seconds and actually pulled me, I was amazed. I was like, oh, he must have had a glitch during his pit stop. I bet he's like a few gallons short. And then, yeah, he made it to the end somehow. I really don't know how. Maybe the Porsches are like really good on fuel. They like burn less potentially, so therefore they have to take less to pit stops and therefore have quicker pit stop times. But I don't regret the strategy. I mean, I felt like that was the best thing to do. I felt like I was maybe the fastest car tonight, which is the first so far this season. I just felt like I made a dumb mistake in the first one, somehow making the car spin out, leaving the boot, and then apparently not pick wrong car choice one I can think of for fuel saving.
As I say, I think maybe Derek had the Joey Logano edition tubed bars inside the car to store a little extra dash of fuel on you. But James, what you got here?
I don't got anything. He answered pretty much every question.
Well, I'll ask you this then. Little bits of argy-bargy with Damien Dania there into the bus stop. He decides to let you through there, but man, that was definitely a sketchy moment.
Yes, sir. I appreciate Damien letting me by. I didn't really expect that. I wasn't really hoping or asking for that. I think he said he was trying to maybe make amends for last week at Willow. But overall, I mean, with blocking, I mean, I'm okay with blocking, but my thing is if you're going to go as far to the inside as possible, I'm going to chase you down there, and I'm going to hold you to that line. So basically, with me, if you're going to block by going as far to the right as you go, far to the inside as you can, you better be able to hold it there for the next corner, because you are saying that is my racing line, and you're taking that. It's one little tiny loophole I found out, and I feel like some NASCAR drivers should probably try it, because like some race drivers should probably try it, because there is nothing wrong with punching the guy down there if he voluntarily drives down there. I think there's the risk of wrecking, but they have all responsibility to also back out of it as well. So I'd say that to any future driver that wants to like block that way.
Well, taking a look at zooming out on this season as a whole, obviously I would imagine it's been immensely disappointing here on Wednesday nights. But I mean, you've got a lot of great stuff cooking in your in real life racing in 2025. I mean, you got some big things coming up here. So I mean, it's quite the balancing act here.
Yes, sir, definitely. I mean, it's not been the season I hope I wanted for this season in the ASRL roadside, but I think I came in expecting that's all the people that signed up and expected fully to get beat. As I mean, I'm a good road course racer, but there's many out there that are better than me. So I came in here hoping to learn from a lot of the people. Sadly, I've been wrecked so many times that I haven't really had a chance to actually learn. I've spent most of my time driving from the 20th spots back to the teens. So I didn't really get to experience much of the actual up front until kind of tonight. This was the first time I got to really experience head-to-head with like 5 to 6 really good drivers going back and forth. doing some racecraft. But like you said, in real life, I'm looking forward to exactly 1 week from now, hopping back into my second time for a pro late model race. This time in the actual cars tour itself. Man, you could find a bigger series for late model right now. I'm really looking forward to it and just excited for this moment. It's only one race. Right now, I mean, I'd like to say and hope it'd be more, but I really don't know because of cost. But I would cherish that moment, every single second of it, just as long as the rain holds off.
Yeah, we'll be praying for the rain to go away. But, man, awesome stuff. Great to get to talk to you again, and let's get some shout-outs in before we let you go.
As always, it's been a long time since I got to refresh my mind. CGI Graphics, Mullet Music Productions, Purple Haze, Autosport, I believe TWIS, Eminent Signs and Graphics as well. I'm trying to miss anything else in the league. I apologize if I can't remember them, but everyone at ASRL, both drivers and admins, are putting on this event and obviously showing up to help make it a really fun, exciting race. And then also to you guys at Tone 200 for broadcasting these as always.
Well, it's I mean, you've led off pretty much every broadcast this season, so it's great to get to bookend you for once here tonight at Watkins Glen. We'll hope to talk to you again in a couple weeks in Spa.
All right, sounds good, hopefully.
So Gunther's back to work in progress there. I do not see Derek Tierham's in a voice chat unless I am just missing Derek. So we'll be ready to bail if we need to, if Derek appears here in our closing comments here. But regardless, James, very, very interesting night here at Watkins Glen. The racing was great. The crashing was plentiful. And I'm sure there are a few drivers that are ready for a week off here.
Yeah, definitely was the fear every time you come to Watkins Glen. And we had been anticipating something like this the last few weeks, and we got the big first lap melee here, but still a lot of great battles and really enthralling strategy calls that kept us guessing all the way to the end.
Well, we will, of course, have the week off here coming up for the ASRL Sports Car Championship presented by Purple Haze Autosports. Tomorrow night it'll be the Max VCNC Home Designs Truck Series live from Darlington, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time for that one. And then we will loop back around. Matt Williamson will have the Ghost Squadron Formula Super Series for you on Monday night from Imola at 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. And then, we'll see you in a couple weeks at Spa Francorchamps here for ASRL Sports Car Championship. Thanks to everybody that was hanging out with us here tonight. Thanks to Bailey Marie, the Modachek gang, as always. Appreciate you hanging out. Thanks to Joshua Rutherford. Thank you to Nancy and to Jacqueline P. For hanging out with us in the chat here this evening as well. Greatly appreciated. Thank you to, of course, Eminent Signs and Graphics. Thank you to Team Watson Racing Setups. And thank you to Purple Haze Autosport, the title sponsor of the ASRL Sports Car Championship in 2025. Thank you to the league admins as well. Thank you, as always, to Mr. James Watson. That's all we got for you here tonight. Until we meet again from Watkins Glen International, I'm Tommy Cook saying so long and congratulations to your winners here tonight, Damian Dania and Derek Tierhams, and Joshua Modachek here, the winner in the feature, and Brian Deese, your dash winner earlier tonight in the silver division. Have a great night, everybody.
This has been a live broadcast on Turn 200. Be sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of when we go live next. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.